Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week. Make sure you sub, share, like, comment, all that. Justin Fields unfollowed the Bears, okay? And for everyone that thinks it could be a smoke screen or something little, let me tell you why it's not, okay? And this is extremely sad. I love this man. A lot of Bears fans do, okay? And I'll tell you everything that's a problem with this. First of all, how do you know it's not an accident? No, when you go to unfollow someone on Instagram, everyone knows this, okay? Even if it's not a private account, you have to click unfollow and then it gives you an option to press it again, okay? So it's not an accident. Second, you could think, okay, the coaches, maybe the ownership told him to do it, to set a smoke screen so that maybe if they trade the pick, no one's expecting it, they get a better deal. Let me tell you why that's not true, okay? Logically, do you really think in the NFL you have an owner who has billions of dollars, right? Is going to come to their quarterback and be like, hey, I need you to do something totally unprofessional, completely unfollow us, make it seem like you don't want to be a part of the team. That's not true. That's not what he's doing. Fields is out there. I don't know if you saw his post or whatever. He doesn't post too much, but he's working out, right? No off season. Same thing he did last year, where he just starts working out right away, right? It just doesn't make sense to me that he'd be active talking about working out, but then unfollow the Bears. Like, there's no way that he did it for ownership or any other reason. I think what it truly is that the Bears have, not given him confirmation, which he deserves to stay with the Bears. They haven't been like, hey, Justin, you and the Bears are confirmed, like you're staying. So why would he follow them? But that also leads the thought or the conversation of, hey, if he's not following them, does he want to be a part of the team? He already said that. He loves Chicago. He wants to stay in Chicago. And he played his ass off after that injury. He came back and had great numbers with DJ Moore, right? But the fact that I feel like no one came up to him and said, hey, you can stay, he probably took that as disrespect. Or I don't know what it was in his head. I have no idea of what he was thinking, right? But if I was him, I would have unfollowed the Bears too, the way they've been treating him. And everywhere you look, all people are talking about are what are the Bears going to do? What are their Bears going to do? And the thing that really makes me mad, I think this is the wrong decision, right? Because you have someone in college who's already getting paid millions, right? And even if it's his dream to go to the NFL, it sounds like he doesn't want to, have to start on a crappy team, but that's how it goes. You got to think about Baker Mayfield. He went to a very bad Browns team, okay? And look at him now, okay? He worked his way up. He's on the Buccaneers. He did great with Mike Evans. Not great, but he did good. Making progress. Fields, they're just giving up on him. It was his third year. It's like you got to give time for these quarterbacks because this is the same thing with Trubisky that they're doing. Now, I'm not comparing Trubisky to Fields. Fields was better. Obviously, he is better. But you have a quarterback for 2-3 years, and then you get a new one, and then you keep him for 2 to 3 years. You got to keep one of these guys for 5-6 years, okay? Maybe we don't have the greatest season we could have, okay? But it's the Bears. We're never going to. We could have made the playoffs last year, but they choked games, right? So think about if they don't choke games, if none of that stuff happens, right? Then Fields is a playoff quarterback already. Then I bet they keep him. But let me tell you something. The coaching is now somehow Fields' fault, which I don't get, right? And you look at all these NFL players, you look at DJ Moore, you look at all the coaches, guys that are not a part of the Bears, you know what they say every time? They say, I would keep Fields, I would keep Fields, I would keep Fields. The only people saying they want Caleb Williams are Bears fans that have, I don't know, lost their cool, that are just pissed off, that are like, you know what, I don't care what happens, I just want to win. Which I get, I want to win too, but I want to win with Fields rather than someone new, right? But I'm not arguing it. Like, if Caleb comes in and the Bears are good, then, I eat my words. And I hope that happens, okay? Or I hope that I'm talking about this and they end up keeping Fields. But it doesn't seem like that. Like, why would he unfollow them? The only reason would be is if he knew something was going to happen, right? Now, the reports that came out the day before, so 2 days ago, yesterday was the Fields news that he unfollowed the Bears, right? About 9 p.m., 8 p.m. last night, right? 2 days before, or a day before that, a report came out that all these teams sent offers to the Bears for Fields at the Senior Bowl, right? I'm sure you guys saw that. I don't know how many people saw it, but if you saw it, I hope that clicks in your mind. They must have accepted one of them, or they must have said, you know what, this is the one that we like. They must be in talks with somebody, because why? why would he unfollow them right after that, you know? It's not like just that news would make you unfollow them. Like if I'm Fields, and like I said, I don't know what's going on in his brain for sure, but just logically, that wouldn't be enough. Just seeing a report that's like, hey, teams are interested in you, it'd make you feel good. It'd be like, hey, teams want me either way, right? But the fact that it was a little bit after that, you know, it was just enough time where the teams could negotiate maybe, or maybe they had a meeting with Fields or a meeting with somebody, maybe a phone call, but it just seems like something happened between that period of time that made Fields want to unfollow the Bears, okay? And it's sad because they're not, it just seems like this is the first step to taking Caleb. And I have seen, I don't want to name drop when I don't know the exact account, okay? But on Instagram, right? I think it's like 670 the score or 630 the score. I think it's 670 the score. It's a Chicago radio show, right? The dude's already wearing a Caleb Williams jersey. That kind of thing makes me sad, but he's right. Like he really is. When I saw that at first, when I saw that a week ago, you know what I thought? There's no way. There's no way they're taking Caleb. But now, with Fields unfollowing the Bears, that's all I can think about. Or if you're a Bears fan, I'm sure that's all you can think about. I mean, there's no way he stays on the Bears now, right? I mean, who would do that? I know that Lamar unfollowed the Ravens, and then they got the contract stuff going, but that's a different situation. Lamar was already more proven, you know? Like, I don't know if he made the playoffs, but he had some crazy, crazy stats and plays, you know? And Fields, he had a lot of crazy running plays that first year, or that second year, I guess, that rookie year that they counted it as after his like 3 shitty games rookie, right? He ran all over the place. But the difference between what he did and Lamar did is when Lamar did it, people shit talked him, but then they got silenced. You know, they were like, okay, you're right. Lamar can throw, Lamar can run, Lamar can control this team, right? Now, when you see Lamar before a game, you know what they say? You know, no one else could run the Ravens like Lamar. Lamar, you know, he has the most pressure on him, the most whatever, the most jobs. You get what I'm saying? They don't say that about Fields. When he had his breakout season, all they talked about is he's a running back, he's a running back, he's a running back. Then he comes in this year to unprove it, and what does he do? They go 0-3, 0-4, lose a bunch of games. You know, you see what I mean? Like, he did make those throws with DJ. He took a step up, but he didn't take the step people expected. So I think that's why Poles is like, you know, going another direction. Another way of looking at it, and I've heard this theory, and it seems like the most intelligent, smart one, right? Like the one that seems real. If the Bears had this chance last year, right? And I love Fields. I want to keep Fields, but I have to say this because, you know, it's true. We had this exact chance last year. We got DJ, traded the pick, right? DJ was the greatest receiver almost in Bears history for it. Like, he did great. He did absolutely amazing. But we still ended up 7-10. So what happens if we took CJ Stroud instead last year, right? Do we end up in the playoffs? Do we end up 10-7 or 11-6 or something? Who knows, right? So I think when they look at that this year and they think, are we going to have this chance again next year? Definitely not, right? Like, unless some crazy stuff happened again. But most likely, we're not going to get this chance again. We're going to have, like, an average pick next year, right? So we need to make a new decision. We need to do something. That's how I think they're thinking of it. Like, it didn't work last year. Okay, new approach this year, which really sucks. Now, when I think of the Bears, though, you know what I could see them doing just because it's the Bears? I really could see them picking, not Caleb, picking some other quarterback that doesn't deserve to be first, and then he ruins the Bears. You get what I'm saying? Like what they did with Trubisky when they could have taken Mahomes or Deshaun Watson and then went, we'll take Trubisky. That's like, they could do that now, right? They could look at Jaden Daniels. Is that his name? The LSU quarterback? They could look at Michael Penix Jr. They could look at Caleb Williams, and they could go, you know what? Let's take Drake May or something. You get what I'm saying? Like, the Bears could still do that, which is just sad. It's like, what's going on? What is going on? Because when you, I don't know. It just seems so beautiful in my mind to think of DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Fields. Like, that seemed like the great connection. Because Marvin Harrison Jr. knows Fields from Ohio State. DJ Moore knows Marvin Harrison Jr., and DJ and Justin are best friends, right? So that triangle would have been perfect. Now you're bringing in Caleb Williams, who doesn't know DJ Moore at all. DJ's already expressed that he wants Fields. So there's got to be, not negative vibes, but, it's got to be thought about when they meet. Then you have Marvin, who knows DJ. That's a little connection, but he doesn't know Caleb, okay? So it's like, shit, what are we doing here, boys? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And even if you look at age, Fields will be turning 25 this year. Caleb will end up turning 23? That's only 2 years. It's like, why? Why are we starting over when we need other positions? We need offensive linemen. They should take Marvin Harrison Jr. than a lineman, but I bet you, because he unfollowed them, that's the first step to Caleb. That's my honest thoughts. But hopefully not. We'll see. I mean, we can always hope, but I have a feeling that this jersey will mean nothing soon. And that makes me sad, because I love him. And as Bears fans, he was the most exciting guy, I've ever seen at quarterback, okay? I grew up with Cutler, and then just Trubisky and crappy quarterbacks, okay? And then they got Fields, and the environment changed. It felt great, okay? And you saw him go out there and run. No one ever did that before for us. So it was like having Hester at quarterback. It's crazy. And now he's going to leave us. It's like, come on, dude. Come on. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good day. Please sub. Please share. And be safe. Peace out.